Sagittarius, this is going to be your general reading for September 2018. And this is for Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius sun, and Sagittarius moon. And so I'm going to do an 11-card Celtic cross spread as usual. But this time I decided to use the Brian Froud fairy deck for your clarifiers, just to have a different perspective, just to do something a little bit different. I get tired of doing the same thing every time. So far it seems to be bringing out totally new messages for people so far. Just a shift, a good shift. At least that's how I feel anyway. So let's see what's going on for you for September. I hope you guys are well. You guys are some of my favorite people. I love all people. I appreciate all people, but there's something about Sag energy that's just real simple for me. It's kind of odd to put it that way, but just I feel it always feels very clear and clean to me. That's how you guys are in general, really, with your honesty and where you're at, and just very upfront. So I'm going to start shuffling for you. This is in Sagittarius rising, sun, and moon signs, best, highest, good for the month of September 2018. And if you could also give me messages that they most need to hear about. You guys, as an experiment, beam me with what you most need to hear about right now while I'm shuffling this. Time doesn't matter. Time is fluid, so let's see if anything comes out for you. Thank you so much for last month's comments and just the positive vibrations and encouragement. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And I wish you guys all the best. Okay. Let's see. I remember last month's as being quite the epic reading. There was a lot of major arcanas and major things going on for you. But this is a totally new month. There may be totally new messages in here. Okay. I'm going to pick your 11 cards now, and then I'll show them to you, and then I may pick clarifiers. I probably will end up picking a few. So, okay. Ooh, very nice. There's definitely a big shift. Okay. Wow, you guys. What have you been beaming at me? You'll have to pardon me. I have chugged 3 cups of coffee and I'm a little bit more hyper than I usually am. And this is exciting for me too. I'm actually a Sag rising in both Western and Vedic. Actually, I don't know if you guys know this, some of you may, that the degree of, in Western astrology, the degree of 27 degrees Sagittarius is actually the center of the galaxy. And that's why you remember the whole hype about 2012 and the end of the Mayan calendar and how it was aligning with the galactic center. That's what it's called, the galactic center. that is actually the degree of my rising sign, is 27 degrees Sagittarius. So in Western and Vedic, I am still a Sag rising in both. So if you happen to be a late degree Sag, you might very well carry galactic center energy. Okay, let's see. Pardon my ramblings. Wow. Yeah. Okay. There's definitely common themes with last month. It's still quite a few major arcana, you guys, which you're about to find out. Let's see, you've got 7 major arcanas out of 12. 2 actually came out together. So here we go. Ready? You've got the 3 of Wands as your central experience for the rest of September. Your challenge to that, or your countering situation, is the 10 of Cups. There was another sign that got that there. I think it was Virgo. Okay, and this is rather odd. I'm definitely going to be picking some clarifiers to go with this. This came out as what is hindering you. And so I asked my guides for another card to represent what is helping you to balance this out. And I got another difficult card as what's helping you, which is the 3 of Swords. So I will definitely be picking some things to go with that. At your root of your being, this is wonderful. You have the Star there. Your recent past, this makes sense to me. You have the Queen of Wands again. You've had her come up quite a bit. A lot of signs have had her come up quite a bit. Makes me wonder what Aries has been up to. And your best possible outcome, if you saw last month's, this will be familiar to you. You have the Tower as your best possible outcome. And I'm not getting a negative feeling from this, so I will definitely be picking some clarifiers to go with that. These 2 came out together, and they're both major arcana cards. This is your near future. You have the Magician with the Lovers. That's quite spectacular, you guys. It looks very big. Whatever you're coming up to is very big. And right now, you are the Hanged Man. In your surroundings, you have the King of Swords. As your hopes, one of your major arcana cards, this is ruled by Sagittarius and Jupiter, you have the Wheel of Fortune. And your general outcome, very good, you guys. You guys are doing so well. You've got Temperance, one of your other major arcana cards. Very good. I think, if I remember correctly, you had this as your challenge last month, but now this is your outcome, so you've definitely been doing spiritual work or work. So, if you don't mind, I'm just going to pick your clarifiers now, and then I'll start reading. I am actually using the Brian Froud Fairy deck as your clarifiers, just for something different. And I love this deck. And at the bottom of the deck, there's actually the Sage, which I have always considered this as a Virgo Sagittarius card. It's the wise man, wise woman. So let me shuffle this really quickly and I'll pick them. Sorry if I seem a little spastic. I think I'm caffeined up quite a bit. Hopefully I'll still make sense. That eagle behind me is actually a kite. I like it. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Wow. Okay. All right, sorry to hold you in suspense, but I actually need to do something super quick. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys ready? Here we go. I ended up picking way more clarifiers than I thought I would, just because I wanted a little bit more specific information about some of these. There ain't no devil in this reading, you guys. Looks like you took care of that problem, or did enough work on it for him to go away for a bit. Okay. I didn't pick any clarifiers to go with this. I think this is pretty straightforward. Your central experience for the rest of September is that you are looking to the future. You're looking to expand. You're looking to grow. You're looking to experience new experiences that can further your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual growth. Things are expanding. Potentials for actions, potentials for things you can do are expanding. You're having new horizons open up to you, and potentials and possibilities for the future that feel very exciting and positive. You're perhaps thinking of traveling, or you have to travel in order to expand this, whatever it is. You're definitely expanding your actions and the things that you're doing. Feels very exciting. Yeah. So, what was here it is. Your challenge. Your challenge is the 10 of Cups, which is total emotional fulfillment and happiness. So perhaps you're kind of wavering a little bit, where sometimes you have moments where you feel extremely excited, and other times where you feel kind of sad, or you're wondering whether or not this is actually even a possibility to have your emotional fulfillment. But let's look at the clarifiers, because I did get something in here earlier. Yeah, I'm getting something very clear about this. It's really not a difficult challenge for you. This challenge feels emotional in nature, but it doesn't even really feel like a challenge. So this card right here is the RAR, which is all about full force forward, tons and tons of energy, feeling excited, total excitement and roaring energy, full force forward. The other one is the Fairies of the Future, which is reminding me of your Three of Wands as your central experience. It looks like you're definitely looking towards the future, or aiming your arrows at some kind of goal or positive expectation of where you're headed. So your challenge with moving forward and embracing the future is emotional in nature because, let me see if I can angle this where you can see all three. You want emotional fulfillment, and it's actually entirely possible for you to have an extremely good emotional harvest of all of the things that you have implemented in the past and the things that you have taken action on so far. Your challenge may be, sorry you guys, you just gotta give me a moment. Let me just look at it. Your challenge may be in having faith that this is actually really happening. It feels like something is happening. You have great expectations and hopes for the future about possibly something that you have invested in, whether it's physical investment of money or emotional investment of time and emotions that you have put into something. You know more than me on what you've been investing into, but it seems like a brand new path for you that you've already started, and now is the crux moment when it actually starts to show progress or growth to you. And if this comes about to its best possible harvest, it looks like it would be extremely emotionally fulfilling to you. I'm looking at this one. And you're feeling excited and full of energy towards this, like you want to run full force forward into it. But perhaps this is a challenge because it's uncertain, it's still in the future. It hasn't happened yet fully. And so your challenge may be just to have faith or just to trust that this is meant to happen and that it will continue to grow. Or your challenge may be having enough energy, possibly for some of you. Or that you're afraid if you put all of your energy into this, there may be some old fears cropping up where your challenge is to have faith or to stay positive about this or to believe that good things can continue to happen where you can have the outcome that you want. So what is hindering you is worry, which your worries would be about what I just said. Having faith that these miracles or blessings from your good hard efforts and initiative that you've taken, that they will actually happen. Or you may just be overwhelmed by a lot of things all at once that you have to take care of or that you're trying to do. Perhaps your challenge is to have enough energy to be able to keep up with all of these things. But what's hindering you is worry, anxiety, stress, possibly not enough sleep, possible headaches, or just at times feeling really high with expectant gratitude of good things to come, and other times you may have sudden lows where you lose faith or you are not sure if this is really going to happen or not. So that's what's hindering you. Try not to overthink things or stay too long in your own head. Even if things weren't going to work out, which I don't really see that they're not going to work out, but even if they weren't going to work out, you don't want to waste your precious energy now fearing that things won't work out. You know, it'll either happen or it won't. This just takes your mental energy away. So what is helping you is the Three of Wands, which is heartbreak. And so I picked a clarifier to go with that. And so this makes perfect sense to me. This fairy is Nellis the Alchemist. And alchemy is all about turning lead into gold, spiritually speaking. It's about taking your fears and your grief and your sadness or anything that holds you back and transforming it so that you can fully change, transform, and move on from this. And so it seems to me as though what is helping you is to transform your heartbreak. And heartbreak can be a very loose term. This doesn't have to be heartbreak from a romantic relationship. It could be, but it could just be any form of sadness, grief, or heartbreak from disappointments or losses in the past. Or that may even have been happening now, but what is helping you is to transform this feeling of grief. I feel very strongly about you are completely transforming and transmuting old grief that you hold in your heart chakra. That your heart chakra is opening up, being cleansed, and being purified from old grief. Yeah. So that's what's helping you, is to focus on transmutation of pain. And I can see that as definitely helping this. So at your root, I didn't pick any clarifiers to go with this because I think this is quite straightforward. At the root or core of your being, you are feeling completely inspired, optimistic, and full of faith about your ability to bring inspiration from the cosmos into your being, that is being poured into your being by the cosmos, and you are feeling completely inspired to share this inspiration with the world around you and with the people around you, creatures around you, everything around you, and back to the cosmos again. It's a free-flowing, reciprocal, sustainable spiritual energy. Not to lose hope, faith, or optimism for your hopes for yourself and the world, for the future. To simplify yourself and your life where you're focusing on the things that truly matter to you, and having extreme gratitude for the blessings that are pouring out into your life and into you, so that you can be a conduit and flow it back out. That's one of your purposes, is to do that, to share, to go and seek treasure, to find treasure, and then to share the treasure. That's why Sagittarius rules the great teacher. That's what a teacher is supposed to do, find wisdom and then share it. And I see you at your core as feeling completely empowered and inspired to do this, and to stick with your faith and hope for good things to come. So I also didn't pick any clarifiers to go with this because I think this is straightforward. And I believe this was in last month's reading for you. Makes me wonder what Aries is up to. This has been showing up in quite a few people's readings. If this is a person that has been in your life in the recent past, you have been spending a lot of time with this person, or possibly joining forces with this person, or helping this person, or this person has been helping you, or you've just been supporting each other with being empowered. And a person aside, this says in your recent past, you have been working on empowering yourself, remaining strong in your ability to defend, protect, and help grow good new experiences in your life, to stand in your power with gentleness, but also activism, taking action, getting things done. So that's your recent past. This is interesting because I believe this was your general outcome last month, but it's your best possible outcome now, is the Tower. Excuse me. Yeah, that needs to go. That needs to go. That needs to be completely flushed out completely from your life, whatever this was. It was an unsound structure that was no longer serving you or no longer holding you up in the right way. And this can be many, many, many things. It can be an old job, an old relationship, an old way of thinking about things, an old way that at one point in your life this was good for you, but you have outgrown it. You're evolving now, and so this needs to crumble. This needs to fall away in order to make space for you to cultivate new things in your life. And your clarifiers that go with it, I'm just going to show them to you first, is himself, who represents the divine masculine, and the maiden, which represents hope, plans for the future, new beautiful things arriving in your life, whether it's actual physical babies or new projects, new homes, new relationships, new anything that is new in your life that you want to nurture. And so let me just look at these two together for a moment. What immediately strikes me about this is the divine masculines. Okay, let me put this a different way. What makes the divine masculine, which we all have within us, along with the divine feminine. We carry both, all of us. We carry the divine masculine and feminine within us. Sometimes I feel as though because the divine feminine has been suppressed for so long, there's almost sometimes an overemphasis on the words of the divine feminine or the goddess or this or that. Sometimes I feel like we don't focus enough on the positive aspects of the divine masculine. I feel like there's more about that needs to be cultivated in our language and the way that we think. The divine masculine's gifts are gifts of protection, gifts of doing what needs to be done in order to ensure that the tribe continues in a healthy manner. If he needs to sacrifice himself in order to ensure the safety of other people, he is willing to do that. He is willing to do what it takes in order to make sure that as a human family, we continue in the best possible way. He is able to get things done. He's able to pour life force energy into anything he focuses on. He's able to protect and nurture. The nurturing quality that balances him out belongs to the divine feminine, but as I said, we all encompass both, including himself. But he takes that nurturing energy, and how he nurtures is by making sure that we have what we need, and that he is doing what he needs to do in order to make sure that we survive. And we, being human beings, animals, plants, the earth herself, the worlds in the universe, everything, in order to make sure that we evolve, that we continue to grow, learn, and respect. He's full of respect for life in general. With the maiden here, I definitely see a protection of the young. I think there was something about that last month too. Protection of young things, of vulnerable things, of hopes for the future. They need to be protected. They need to be nurtured. They need to be honored. They need to have that extra energy put into them so that they can grow in the best possible way. So your best possible outcome is to allow the old outmoded structures to fall away so that you can follow this path of actively nurturing and protecting what is young in your life, whether it's a new way of looking at things, a new way of feeling about things, a new way of doing things, a new project that you want to be doing, a new enterprise, a new something that feels very extremely meaningful to you. I am getting something about the Sagittarius collective feeling the call to stand up for what is right, especially to protect what needs to be protected. Yeah, that's really powerful, you guys. Okay, coming up in the future. You have the Magician and the Lovers. And again, I'm getting something in here about the combining and blending and balance of honoring the divine feminine and the divine masculine in life. And if you notice, the Magician is an aspect of the divine masculine. This is an Aries card and Mercury card as well. The Magician I'm talking about here. The Lovers is also ruled by Mercury or by Gemini. Getting a real need in here in the near future to communicate. You perhaps have some really important insights, ideas, and inspirations that you would like to share with others, to uplift others and to balance things out with yourself and with other people. If I didn't look at this in such a large way, which I feel like I can do that with you guys, and you guys know what I'm talking about, but even on a smaller note, this could be the manifestation in your life in the near future of meeting your match or finding your match within, feeling more balanced than you ever have before, feeling more empowered with your masculine and feminine side of your own nature, but also possibly the coming into being of an extremely significant relationship that partially is happening in order for you to combine your forces with someone else. This doesn't have to be opposite sexes, you guys. This can be same-sex stuff too. This doesn't even really necessarily have to be a romantic thing either. This could just be a partner or a partner in crime. Yeah, somebody who can reinforce you, you can reinforce them, and you have some kind of common destiny or common purpose that by working together, you can manifest a heck of a lot more than you would be able to on your own. And if this isn't an actual person or an actual partner that you're going to be meeting in the near future, or that you have known all along but you didn't quite recognize this connection until now, then this can be... Oh, I lost it. Darn. Let me see if it'll come back. So yeah, you may also have to make some kind of a major choice in the near future. You may have to choose what to do, how to appear, what to go towards, how to approach, how to initiate the process, but I don't see that as being a problem. I actually see you as being extremely empowered in the near future and feeling more integrated, or things are making more sense than before because you have both sides of your nature working together and combining so well. Perhaps some of you have your third eye being awakened way more intensely than usual in the near future. Perhaps you'll be receiving visions about things. Things are making more sense. But it does involve some kind of a major choice, but I don't feel as though this choice is going to be hard for you. Yeah. Whatever I blanked out on, maybe it's not the right time for that to be said yet. Who knows? So, right now, you are the Hanged Man. You're definitely paying attention to your inspirations and your dreams. You may be on some kind of a vision quest right now. If not externally, then most definitely internally, or both. But I feel as though you're looking at things in a completely different way, way more than usual, and that's saying a lot, because normally you guys are quite open-minded and free-thinking. But perhaps you're receiving some guidance or some messages or visions that are even possibly surprising you. But in any case, I definitely see you as sometimes feeling as though people don't understand where you're coming from because you look at things in such a different way. But I almost feel as though you're finding other people at this time that mirror this to you or are on a similar wavelength. Shared dreams? I don't know where that's coming from. Normally I don't read that into this. Pay attention to your actual dreams too, that you, when you're sleeping at night, that is. If you're remembering your dreams at all, they're definitely telling you important messages at this time. May take some, if that's true for you, then it may take some pondering these dreams over for a little bit in order to get the messages that they're trying to tell you. But things may be temporarily suspended right now in order for you to get back in touch with your vision. So, in your surroundings, you have the King of Swords. In your surroundings, you're being much more cool-headed, much more observant, much more, what's the word? Discerning, much more discerning about what you surround yourself with or what you want to surround yourself with. You may also have Aquarians in your surroundings or Aquarius energy in your surroundings. There may be somebody else in your life that shows these qualities that is acting as a guide for you in your surroundings at this time. Again, looking at things from a different perspective, seeing things more clearly, perhaps even surprising yourself at what messages and dreams you are receiving. Things are making more sense. So your two clarifiers to go with that is the Singer of Connection. This is reminding me of that Lovers right there in your near future. The Singer of Connection is a very large archetypical spirit vibration of connection, all different kinds of connections, just connection. And this is another singer. This is a huge cycle for you guys. The Singer of Initiation. You're being initiated. You may have things open up to you that shock the heck out of you in a good way at what direction things are taking you in, or the things that you are suddenly learning. I'm getting extremely sudden, very big insights. Yeah, it's almost like you've been asleep for decades and all of a sudden, not just are you waking up, but you're like fully awake instantaneously. Instantly. Interesting. So, you're making more connections, external connections with other people, spirit family, people you can combine forces with. You're also making connections in your own head of what you perceive and see. And this is an extremely powerful initiation for you into your true capacities or powers. And your hopes are that things will continue to unfold in the best possible way, that you will continue to have good fortune, that even if you have setbacks, certain things will crop up to help you out, to help things to continue to move forward. Your hope is for good things to happen, Blessings. I think that's pretty straightforward. And your general outcome is temperance. I feel like you're working really hard to maintain your gifts of being able to blend and balance and understand and keep a cool head and an optimistic mind over receiving knowledge, receiving information, receiving the energy that is coming from around you. I mean, obviously you can't always control what goes on around you, but you can control how you respond to it. If there are things going on around you that would normally knock you off balance, extremes, just people acting extremely, or just sudden changes, things that normally would knock us off balance, I see you as your general outcome of working very hard on the spiritual practice of maintaining calm and peace of mind, or at least some semblance of it, and to stay optimistic. And also, you have amazing angelic guides that are leading you forward on this. And not just angelic guides, but spirit guides, beneficial forces. Beneficial forces are looking out for you at this time. They want to see you do your best. They want to see you do well. They want to see you have faith. And to not fear the future. Okay, so out of your two outcomes, this feels so not so specific and so collective to me. This feels very collective. So your general outcome is to stay positive, blend, and realize you have spiritual backup. Your best possible outcome is to let go of the old structures that no longer serve you. And I'm also getting something about your best possible outcome is to have the old system that is no longer working fall away or fall apart, so that you can protect, come fully into your divine masculine, especially if your divine masculine has been belittled, wounded, hurt, disempowered. It's coming back full force now. And this is just the beginning of the journey of embracing your divine masculine, of feeling empowered, of being able to protect, do the things that you have wanted to do this whole time but felt as though you couldn't. But now you can. That's your best possible outcome. Wow. I almost feel high from that reading. Many, many, many blessings to you. I love you very much. I wish you all the best. You've got my full support in whatever this is, or however it falls for you specific-wise, if that makes any sense. However it manifests for you in your own individual lives, I wish you all the best with that, and you have my full support. It feels like you're having a huge breakthrough. Okay. Many blessings. I'll see you soon. Take care. Hello, everyone. This is just a little end note for you to let you know that as well as being an intuitive, I'm also an artist, and I've just been commissioned to make 30 wind spirits that are sculptures that hang from the ceiling. And so I need to get that done in order to be able to pay my bills and feed my kid and all of that wonderful stuff. So I'm just letting you know I'm putting out all of your general readings for September out all at once, and then I'm going to be finishing this commission and then hopefully getting your bonus readings out by next week at the latest. The good thing about that is that you'll probably be able to see my sculptures behind me when you do get your bonus readings. See if you like my art at all. Also, I wanted some feedback about the bonus videos. I do know that there are people who watch those. I would love to get some feedback on whether or not I should even be including health at the end there. I know that people are interested in the love and relationships and in the career and money. I'm just wondering if doing the health reading at the end is really necessary, or if people are watching those, or if they help in any way. If people are more interested in career and money and relationships, I would rather focus on those two things for you. So if anyone's brave enough to mention to me whether or not you actually watch the health sections, whether they're valuable to you, whether I should cut them out altogether and just focus on the other two. So I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Oh, I also wanted to say that I realize these are still late. Living in such a rural area, it's actually hard. Jobs are hard to come by here, and so I do a lot of odd jobs and things on the side in order to pay my bills, as well as doing readings and art. But I am going to be putting an option down below in the description box in case there's anybody out there that would like to donate to my channel at all. I realize it's kind of early to be asking for that at this point, but it would help me out quite a bit if you have it to give, and if these benefit you in any way and you appreciate these readings. Even if it was $5, I could use anything at this point. Also, I'm also an astrologer, and I have been one for professionally for at least 18 years now. I would like to get to a point with prosperity where I can take extra time out in order to possibly put some free courses on this channel for astrology, numerology, many other things. I actually read palms. I read astrology charts of all different kinds. I read tarot cards, and I also read tea leaves. So if there's anything about those things that you would like to know about, I've noticed that on YouTube there's not a whole lot available on things like Lilith in your chart, or Eros and Psyche, or any of the asteroids. So if there is anyone out there that would like to see videos about those concepts, donating to the channel would really help me with that. It would give me enough time and space to be able to sit down and knock them out instead of scrambling around on the side trying to come up with enough. So thank you for patiently listening to me ramble, and I will see you soon with your bonus readings. For now, hopefully this will suffice. And next time I see you, you'll see some wind spirits. Okay, take care. I love you guys. Bye.